Hey, how's it going? My name is Mike Pyatt with Bryan Fleming, and we are going to go over some profitable business secrets today. Also, talk about our businesses, mainly Bryan's businesses, or business, I should say. And
Business.
yeah, so let's get into it. What do you got for us today?
Oh boy, man. I got three or four things today. I hope you got in touch with that client. I sent you their contact information.
Yes. Yep.
So I'm finishing up with them, and kind of nice because there's just so much brain space now for PC Tattletale to just focus on that. So that's what I'm going to be talking about today is mostly PC Tattletale stuff. I think last week I told you the first week in June here had like just a blowout week by far, the biggest week ever on metrics. Just awesome week. Last week things kind of slowed down. It was still a really good week, but it wasn't like an epic week. And when I track the stats from week to week, the sales look really sawtooth. So to see 2 weeks back to back of really high ones would be really weird. This week's shaping up to be pretty strong too. I looked at all the sources of how people are signing up, and it looks by and large like SEO's the big winner, and I'll talk more about that in a second. So things are going good with the business. Whoop. Wow, that's funny. A Facebook ads rep just called me. That's kind of cool. From the account I was managing, she reaches out to me. It's nice to have those people on call, and Facebook will actually call you if you're spending money running ads. Go figure. Pretty cool stuff. So anyway, yeah, PC Tattletale, things are going strong. Boy, in my business career, it feels like I'm coming out of winter and into spring. That's totally how it feels. I've been at PC Tattletale for the better part of 2 years now. It had a rolling start, and it feels like it's really starting to get traction and
Nice.
get into more of that. So, Mike, man, since we've been doing these calls, I've had these credit card just problems from hell, man. So I finally got a credit card processor, and they're charging me astronomical fees to run credit cards. Literally 20% of my revenue is going back to these guys now. So if I make $1,000, they're getting 200 of it. 100 of it I get back 6 months from now. It's held in reserve, but still 10% of your money in fees friggin' sucks. So when I was in a complete panic and no one would accept credit cards from me, I was like literally applying to anybody who looked like they would accept me. And I got accepted by two companies, one called Choice Merchant Group and the other one called Electronic Merchant Services. I went with Choice Merchant Group because they had a 10% reserve and not a 15% reserve. So if I'd have gone with this EMS provider, they would have taken even more money, and just held it in reserve for 6 months. So I got approved by EMS and just went with the other credit card company and just didn't think anything of it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Then I get a bill from them last month for $65. And the $65 bill was just literally a service charge. I didn't run shit through these guys. I never hooked them up to AuthorizeNet, just friggin' service fee, right?
Mm-hmm.
So wow, I never did anything. If I signed up through PayPal or Square or Stripe or any of these guys, we just dump the account. You never hear back, right?
Right.
You guys hit me for a $65 monthly service charge. I call them up. I'm like, hey, I never wanted the account. You can see I've never used it. I'm expecting for them to refund this charge.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you want to cancel your account? Yeah, I never used it. There's a cancellation fee. Well, how much is that? $600. Like, are you fucking kidding me, you gangsters? So the guy tells me, he says, well, I can see you've never used the account. This is Monday. Why don't you call back Friday? And if it was never activated, you won't have to pay that fee. Well, I'm going to call them back tomorrow. And if they say I have to pay that fee, my strategy is going to be this. Look, any rational person would see I never use the account. I shouldn't be charged that fee. If you got so hard up for business that you're going to charge it to me anyway, I'm going to spend $600 in effort to let everyone on the planet know how you conduct business. I'm good at blogging. I'm good at SEO.
Mm-hmm.
I know how much that can damage a company, and you do too. Why don't you talk to your supervisor and see what you can do? I know you don't run the company. I'll call you back Monday and see where you guys want to go with this. Because $600 is a lot of money to me, and I will put $600 into effort to make sure the world knows about how you conduct business.
Yeah,
So
that's
what happens with that, you know? It's just bullshit. I mean, if I have to pay it, I have to pay it. Lesson learned. I will bet you 10 to 1. I will bet you 10 to 1 when I leave this electronic merchant circle group and go to Fifth Third for reasonable credit card transaction fees. I'll bet you they ding me for another 500 or 600 too. These guys are just fucking gangsters. I've never seen a contract like that. I sure as hell learned a lesson. Read contracts, don't just sign shit.
yeah, true.
I don't know. Part of me says just cut them off from your checking account and let them come try to collect the money from you. Like, I don't know if I want to trash my credit over that, but we'll see what it comes down to. That's kind of a letdown.
Yeah.
Another thing. So PC Tattletale's powered by Amazon Web Services. And the way Amazon Web Services work is you just pay as much as you use, right? And the more you use, the more you pay. Well, it's been beautiful because PC Tattletale, like to put it in perspective, probably sends in, I don't know, 1 million or 2 million screenshots a day. And to scale up your servers to process that would just be a huge headache to stay on top of that all the time. So I noticed my Amazon bill just kept getting higher and higher every single month. I don't know if I talked to you about it before, but you know, it's gone from like $150 a month to $200 to $250 to $350. Now it's looking like it's going to hit $500 a month, which is still fine. But I started like, you know, maybe things aren't working the way I think they're working. And Mike, oh my God, I had a bug in my code, and it wasn't deleting the data from free trial users. And I literally have tens of millions of screenshots now that have to be deleted that I'm paying for by the minute. And so I wrote this script, and it's frantically trying to clean things up. It's been running for 3 or 4 days now to just clean up the Amazon account to get my bill down. It is scary with these Amazon services. They have alerts, and I hate getting that email, high usage alert, meaning your bill's spiking, and it's like a friggin' plane flying through the air. You're trying to operate it on it while it's running. Kind of stressful. So if you guys do use Amazon services, just keep that in the back of your mind that they can get out of control, and it's this unwieldy thing. Super powerful, but yeah, you can get into trouble with it. So that's kind of been, I've stopped everything to kind of fix that and stop the bleeding, you know, out the back door. I feel like I got all these, they're not high expenses by any stretch, but a lot of money going out the wrong way on just wasted money. So the next thing, started doing videos, right? We made a couple things. I did a video, I started running ads, and then I think last week I paused the ads. One thing I've always done with my business, me running it, and obviously my wife and family are affected by it. If we have a good month, they're affected in a positive way, and if we have a bad month, they're affected negatively. So I also know that most decisions that we make are going to be wrong more often than they're right. So I talk things over with my wife, and I come to an agreement on things because I don't want to go make some stupid decision with the business, right or wrong, and have things fall apart. And she's looking at me like, why'd you do that, you bonehead? Now I got to go get a job, or now we can't, I don't know, eat or pay the mortgage because you screwed up. So we talk everything out. And we talked a while about the ads, about running paid traffic, video ads, and I'm for it, but she was against it. And the reason she was against it is she's like, look, Bryan, you're going to spend all this money on ads. You've already spent $300 on them. You can't show me they've produced anything. And I said, yeah, but you know, the video sucks. And it's not targeted. Mike said he saw the ad 50 times in 3 days. There's things we can do to bring the costs more in line. And she said, well, you know, what's really working for us is the SEO. Why don't you take that money you'd be spending on paid ads and invest it in SEO? It just has a much higher return on investment. you've always said something really smart, Mike. SEO's not free, and it's not free. You have to put money into marketing your content, right?
Mm-hmm.
But I think the subtle distinction is the return on that money, it could be astronomically higher than what you could ever get from paid ads. So for PC Tattletale, the state it's in right now, I look at metrics two ways. One way, I'll look through Google Analytics, and it can tell you where your sales are coming from, right? That's one way to do it. Another thing I do is I ask customers when they buy, how did you hear from us? Because those don't always add up, right? As an example, most people who buy PC Tattletale go get a free trial first. After they try the free trial, they come into Google, they type PC Tattletale, they come to the site, they log into their account, and they buy it. Well, Google Analytics gives that credit to SEO because that's what they did. They used SEO and came through and bought. But really, maybe they found out about it on YouTube and signed up for the free trial. So Google Analytics would say SEO was the cause, but when the person answered the question, how did you hear from us? They say YouTube. So they could be different, right? But when I compare the customer answers and I compare the Google Analytics, both are showing me that 8 out of 10 sales are coming from Google. One out of 10 might be coming from YouTube. And then the other one might be coming from like an app store or Amazon or some other Facebook, some other source. So it's overwhelmingly clear to me that SEO is what's driving this whole thing right now. So in my world, there's 3 things going on. One, it's the middle of summer, right? And the business is producing the revenue goals we want it to produce. So my workload isn't going to be 100% in. I'm probably at like 50 to 75% speed. I want to enjoy time with the family. I want to enjoy the summer, you know?
Yes.
But I feel like where my work needs to be right now is doing more of what's already working, which is on the blog. And it seems like we had this conversation a month ago. And I know we had this conversation a month ago. And the very second thing I need to be doing is making the software work better for people. You know, I'm getting 300 to 400 people a week signing up for the app and making 15 to 30 sales off that. I think if the app just simply worked better for people, I'd make a lot more sales. There's definitely parts where it's falling down. People can't get it installed. It stops working. It shows a nasty icon. They can't use it and spy on their husband. It's endless, right?
Right.
So I feel like my time just really needs to be focused on the blog and making the product better. The thing with the video ads is studying these videos, and we went through it last week. I mean, making these videos takes a lot of focus, a lot of time. You need a high commitment level to making YouTube ads work, to sticking in there, to getting through all the testing and all that. So
makes sense.
Yeah, haven't made that decision. I bought some more links this morning for your white label pro service, and I'd kind of like to run through what's going on with the blog. We can look at that.
Yep.
I will get to it in a second. I want to show you the analysis I did for some keyword research we talked about a month ago. I'm writing a new blog article, and then as I was looking at it again today, I got some different thoughts. I think I went in the wrong direction. I'd like to get your opinion. So,
okay. Ready
to dig in?
Yes, ready.
Right. I'm going to switch over to screen share here. Okay, it's going to look a little weird for a sec. Okay. Can you see my WordPress screen?
Yes.
All right. You see that? Best day ever? 504?
Nice, yes.
504, right?
Yes.
289 today. Let's reload this and just see. Let's just see if it went up. 294. So that's cool, right?
Yes.
We're recording this at noon Eastern time. I am willing to bet that today will be another record day. It just looks like it's going to break 500. Like, I just can't see it not doing that, you know?
Sweet.
Very sweet. Look at this. This is weekly traffic.
That's,
Look at that sucker. It's friggin' growing, Mike.
wow, that's awesome.
Beauty, beauty. Then we'll look at our months here. By my calculations, unless the wheels fall off, it looks like we're going to end up like 12,000-ish.
That's awesome.
And look at that growth. It's just cool, right?
Yeah, it's what you always want to see.
Yeah. So middle of the month, our traffic was even to March. So middle of June's traffic on the 15th was equal to all of what we did in March. And interestingly enough, our sales on the 15th of the month were equal to all of we did in March. So it's matched up. So if I double my traffic here, I'll double my sales over what we did in March. Sweet. Can't argue with that.
Yeah.
I think we looked at it before, but this little spike here in 2016, that's when I started seeding the blog with a bunch of articles. And the point I want to show people here is people say SEO takes time. It doesn't happen overnight. So when I wrote those articles in 2016, look how long it took for them to really get traction, right?
Yeah.
And then throughout here, I started taking those articles and amping them up and rewriting them into 1,000-word glorified super posts. And then, man, I don't even know what happened in March, but this thing's just starting to just get traction, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome.
Like, it's totally what's working. And guys, man, so much shit does not work. I wanted to show you something that does work.
Yeah, that's awesome. It's inspiring.
Yeah. So I'm going to do a new post today. I'd like your opinion, Mike. Do you think if I left this blog and didn't post to it again, that the traffic would keep going up? Or do you think Google notices inactive versus active blogs? I have no idea.
I would say that, I mean, it's going up right now without you posting. So it seems like it would continue that trend. But having more pages is just more chances to rank. I don't know how much they look at, like how many, how active you are posting, because even if you think about a spammy website, can be posting multiple times a day, multiple times a week, and still be spammy. So it could be a factor, but I try to look at like, what's the biggest factor? Like, how would they really know this is quality and popular? So like you said, a super post, a good post, plus with, you know, high authority links.
So what I think you're saying is if you make a killer post and Google sends people to this post, their AI algorithm will detect that when they send people to this post that they're giving them the right stuff, because these people don't pogo stick back into the search engine. They tend to stay on the page long. They through deeper into the site. I could imagine Google's AI bots super dialed in on that. And that's how they would know quality content. I could see them taking other posts and kind of doing on the fly split tests, and the ones that, you know, seem to perform better get higher rankings. And if that was the case, if it was constantly testing pages on the fly, this would show that my pages are winning, and that's why they're getting more views, which kind of makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. So it's more about the quality of the posts than the volume of posts, for sure, which is what all SEO people are saying now, right?
Yep.
Okay. So we're recording this in June right now, and a little over a month ago, we had this exact conversation, and I said I was going to do blog and SEO, and man, I took my eye off the ball because I really haven't done much of it in a month. I did a couple things after our call that week and then got sidetracked into other stuff. And I'm really going to stop from doing that. I think I got sidetracked into the videos. I think I got sidetracked into credit card stuff. But I really want to make a renewed commitment and push to keep this blog going forward. So one thing I did is I did some keyword research, because on that call a month ago, if you guys go back a few videos, Mike, you kind of just, I don't know, you just set off a light bulb that there are plenty of keywords I haven't tackled yet. There's a lot of them.
Mm-hmm.
So I just took one phone tracker. And can you see my little keyword list here?
Yes. Yep.
So I got this out of Google AdWords tool. And the ones in red are articles I've already written.
Okay.
Like phone tracker, track a cell phone. I've already got those.
Okay.
Tracking number, these other ones didn't make sense.
Right. Right.
Phone locator might. How to track a phone seemed like the first one that really fit. So that one in green, I wrote an article for that. I'm going to post it later today.
Okay. Sweet.
Optimized for how to track a phone, right?
Like it. Yep.
So I'm all set on that. And then I thought, well, I wanna get some more links from Mike because I'm not spending money on paid ads now. I might as well put my money into SEO. And my God, the best investment I can get is to get links from Mike and boost my content, right?
Mm-hmm.
I guess I could have put it into paying someone to write an article, and I may do that down the road, but it's quick enough for me to just do it. So
Right.
I'm like, well, which blog post should I put links at? Probably the one that made me the most sales, not the one that made me the most traffic.
Mm-hmm.
So now let's switch over to analytics.
Okay.
Okay. So here we can see landing page views, nice, just steadily going up, right?
Yep.
And boy, did it just start popping the last couple days here, right?
Yes. It's awesome.
And when I come down, Google Analytics can see credit for 42 sales. Now, like I said, most people sign up for a free trial and buy later, so there's much more sales than what's actually being shown here. But all things being equal, I think we can see which pages are generating sales and which ones aren't.
Yeah.
So when I come back down here, we see this Spectre Pro right at the top.
Yep.
0.9%. It's like my #1 page for converting, right?
Yeah.
And then I see how to install a keylogger, which we've been driving links at for a while now. And that one converts, but it's at a much, much lower rate.
Right.
I see one that's converting really well, and it's another SpectreSoft product. Okay. But this one only made 4 sales and this one made 10. So I made the decision. It's like, well, I could drive links to this one or this one. Why don't I look at the Spectre Pro one since that one's making more sales, just making more sales. So I picked this one. And then I went over to the Google Search Console here. Here's the Google Search Console. And I sorted it by pages. And here's that article, 326 clicks, right?
Uh-huh.
Then I pick it, and then I go to queries and impressions, positions. And what my thought was, Mike, is could pointing more links at this page help it? And when I came down, I saw positions like 2, 2, 7, 2, 1, 4, and I thought, it probably could use some more links. There's some ones where it's not ranking #1 here.
Right.
Like a crap ton, right? So I got some links pointed at this page, and we'll see what happens. But my question to you now is, there's a lot of these ancillary keywords, right?
Right.
Would you think it would be worth it to write out like how does Spectre phone work, like a post on that to get more pages around these keywords ranking? Or do you think just drive links at it and call it a day?
I would say that if you can fit them into the existing, do that. And then if you can't, you make a new post. Then you're asking, do you think it's worth it to make a new post on those ones where you can't necessarily fit in?
No, I think maybe you answered it. It's just to go down this list now and make sure Spectre Pro software appears a couple times in the article. Spectre Keylogger appears.
Yep. I would just take those, put them in a spreadsheet, and then just put an X next to each of them when you used them,
Yeah. How many times would you use them, or it doesn't really matter?
Well, you also got to think, like, if a lot of them are similar, then you just have to use it once, because then if every time you would say Spectre Pro software, Spectre Pro monitor, Spectre key, then Spectre's going to hit in a lot. So you don't want over optimization on that one. So probably just once at least. Once is better than none. And then, yeah, that should be, plenty. Because then, there's so many times.
Okay, I could also make the article longer, right? I could add a section on the Spectre Pro download and does the Spectre Pro. I could just, okay. All right, that's really good advice.
Yep.
There's a whole bunch of these things, huh?
Yeah.
So I'll just probably regularly come through and update this post. And then I think when I update it, I'm going to change the date, because I did see the blog. It feels like it bounces if you change the post date. I don't know if there's anything to that at all, but I know when I look at posts, I kind of look at the date, and if it's like 2016 or 2015, I think it's not as relevant as if it was written a week ago.
Yes.
I also know that, and I don't know if it's for Google, but with Facebook, the date matters a lot. Like how recent it is matters a lot to how much they show it. So
right.
Google's the same.
Makes sense.
Yeah. So you kind of agree with my link strategy.
Yes.
And I'll take these winning posts. I'll come through, make sure that they're hitting a lot of these keywords more. And then I'll continue to write new posts too. I think I'm going to mix them up between the keywords on my spreadsheet here and maybe like core questions, just more natural things people are asking about tracking phones and keyloggers and that sort of thing.
Right.
Just to get a mix and probably interlink the posts a little better. I could do that.
Yep.
So I think my head's going to be here when I think marketing. This is what I'm going to be doing. Mm-hmm. Marketing means blog. That's what it means to me.
Yep.
And I just got to work on making the product better and better for iPhone and Android, and just building that out.
Yep.
I think that's my marching orders, man.
I like it.
This is pretty cool with analytics too. I don't know if you've ever done this real time, but you can see who's on the site right now.
Yeah.
Check this out. There's 8 people on it right now as we're talking. 4 of them are viewing somebody's recorded activity.
Okay.
2 of them are members. Oh, we just picked up. So 5 people are members on the site right now using the app. And we got 2 people on the blog right now. Those are cheating spouse. Oh, well, someone's starting to install. It's really cool to watch this. You can see where they're coming from. The US. I got a guy over here. This is what's crazy. Look at that.
Yeah.
70% of my traffic's mobile. Nuts.
Now, when you look at sales, is there a split between mobile and desktop?
It's hard to say because I think when people come in to buy, it kind of pre-sold, you know.
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't surprise me if a lot of people are buying on a mobile phone. It wouldn't surprise me one bit. When you're on a mobile phone and you're on the credit card screen and you go to click the credit card number button, when you're building these, if you name the fields a certain way, you can look it up in Google. Like it has to be called like CC num.
Oh yeah, yep.
Your phone will automatically pop up and know that's a credit card form, and it'll show a little picture of all your memorized cards, and you just pick your Visa card and it fills in the whole form. It makes it super easy.
Yeah, that's sweet.
Yeah. So now we got 10 people on the site. It's kind of fun to just watch this. But
yeah, that is cool.
The point, you know, if you're running a blog or something you don't really care about, when you got a web app that people are using, this stuff starts mattering.
Yeah, it's a great tool.
You know, this gets to 20 or 30 people on the site, I'm going to have to scale up my server. It may not be able to handle it so well.
Right.
And going back to Amazon, I think I'm done with screen sharing here. Going back to Amazon, I'm really glad I have them because is that Ah, geez. Sorry, man. All right. There we are. I'm back. Okay. Screen sharing done. So, yeah, going back to Amazon, I'm really glad they can scale everything up. And
Yeah, really sweet. Yeah, these tools these days are awesome.
it really is. Another thing Amazon can do, I don't know if you're interested, is they have this idea of static website hosting. It might be interesting because you host your site on the Amazon cloud. I don't know what IP address you get. You're going to get one in their cloud.
Uh-huh.
Kind of interesting. You know, you could put static sites up on the Amazon cloud, and for every one, you might have a different IP address just naturally through them. You wouldn't have to pay for any hosting. Uh, you would just be charged for bandwidth and storage, which I would imagine would be very, very inexpensive. So something to think about.
Oh, interesting.
They also have this thing called EC2, where you can spin up your own lightweight server, which would get its own unique IP address. You could just put WordPress on it and have your own server running WordPress for like $2 a month, or like really cheap.
Wow, that's a good deal.
To look at to scale out the blog link network, because I know the hard thing for you is to make these sites appear natural and not all on the same host and spread them out. And the Amazon might be a hack at doing that.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
It might work, you know. I don't know, but yeah, with the white label at Pro, man, just that service is awesome. I don't know how you do it, how you get so many sites. I think you said you have hundreds or thousands of them, don't you?
Yeah, I have a lot. Yep. And
for you guys watching this video, I think I've bought maybe 70 links from you so far. So out of your network, I'm on 70 of your hundreds of sites.
Yeah.
And you guys have seen the results. I do not believe for a second that the blog would have gotten that much traffic without your links.
True.
That's what's pushing the juice to it, because we said it before, these links are so friggin' hard to get.
Mm-hmm.
You guys watching this video, go try to get a high-ranking blog to link to you. Like,
true.
That it's not easy. That's why Google uses the algorithm, is it still friggin' works.
True.
You know, people game links all the time, but they do it with spammy, shitty links, and Google can see that. You know?
True.
You've meticulously re-engineered sites, so they can't tell. It's nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, a lot of work, but yeah, it's worth it.
Yeah, well, you know, the lot of work part is you've got your team doing the lot of work.
I do.
And always when they reply with the work orders, I'm like, I know Mike didn't do this. Someone on his team did it. And, they get it done, you know?
Yeah.
You see the money flow through in PayPal. It's like, cool.
Yeah. Yeah. They do a great job. Yeah. I couldn't do all that. I started the system and put all the pieces and research and figured it out. And then, they do all the technical stuff.
I remember you like being stressed out about it, and you put the system together, and now it's just a big, massive tracking thing, right?
Yep. Huge spreadsheets. Yep. They do it all.
Yeah.
And, it's nice for customers and clients too. Like then we put the link on there, you know, as you saw, and like the date we put it on there and what type of anchor text and where it went. So everything's all like organized, because without all that, you get lost in, spreadsheet hell.
The other thing too, and I hope it never happens, but if I go to the Search Council and see a penalty for unnatural linking, which I probably expect I could get at any time.
Yep.
Then we can go through those links and start unwinding them, you know.
Yep.
Allowing and all that to get.
Yep.
But it doesn't seem like that's going to happen.
No. Yeah. Especially when we keep them all like you said, very natural, all on different IPs, hosts, different content.
Another thing your guys do too that I don't think other services would do is they're very conscientious about dripping the links out.
Mm-hmm.
Add like one link a week. They don't just add them all at once, you know?
Yeah, exactly. That's key too.
Yeah.
Spread out. Plus anchor text variation.
Yep. You taught me out with just using natural links and TC Tattletale, and then some with the keyword in them, but not stuffing the keyword. So
exactly.
Yeah, my plan's just to keep buying them from you every couple of weeks, or keep loading it up. Yep. At the rate it's going, it feels like maybe around September when the kids go back to school, that blog will be clearing 1,000 visitors a day. Crazy.
Yeah.
And my sales will probably keep going up. So,
Yeah. That's exciting.
yeah, tough problem to have, right?
Yeah, exactly. You did it.
I remember a call we had like 2015, 3 years ago, and I was thinking of getting back into PC Tattletale, and you just nailed it, man. You go, dude, all you got to do is rank and bank, and it
Yep.
just seemed so easy at the time. And I remember what I did then is I was fumbling around with the links, and it just went nowhere. It just went nowhere fast, and then I just threw it away. But came back to it later, and here we are.
Yeah. It seems like, yeah, a common trend is, yeah, really focused delegation and persistence on any of those things, and selecting, you know, what to focus on, and then, yeah, and not doing the rest, you know?
Yeah,
Like,
we've seen it on these calls. I said I was going to do the blog, and then you guys, if you watch the videos, you would have seen me lose focus. I lost focus on the blog, took my eye off it. It's not. It doesn't take a lot of time. It takes focus, just knowing to do it. You know,
true. Same with the YouTube.
YouTube's the same way. Yeah, you could say I'm going to do YouTube ads, and then put your video out there, and it doesn't work, and you're on to the next thing when really your video sucked, and you needed to have someone look at it and tell you it sucks and redo the video and just keep at it.
Yep. Yeah. That's why I'm making this thing. Yep.
Yep.
A lot easier. This
is that purchasable in hard form like that yet, or is that a prototype?
This is a prototype.
Okay. You have to let me know when that thing's ready and I can go buy it. I want to put that on the coffee table, man, for sure.
It's all just like outline right now, a giant outline.
Yeah. Who cares, man? It just looks like a legit book.
Yeah.
It looks legit.
Yep. And then the back, it's even me handing the book over too.
Now that barcode number, how did you do that?
Oh, that's with Crate Space. They just give it to you free.
Really?
Yep.
Wow. That makes it look so legit. That just
I know.
It actually registers with Amazon, and it's like a real thing, right?
Yep. Yeah. So can't wait to get that done. Yeah, have it more organized, how to use it all, and because there's a lot of different pieces.
Yeah.
So yeah, focus, determination, persistence. Anything's possible, right?
It's honest to God, man. It's the truth. The persistence piece is just sticking through it. You guys saw that blog, how long it took.
Yeah.
I frustrated a year ago and said, fuck it, it didn't work. I needed to stick with it. It took like 2 years for it to get traction.
True. So find something you can stick with. And then,
1,000 days, man, right? The 1,000-day principle again.
Yeah, exactly. Long term. That's for sure.
Oh, that about does it for me till next week. You got anything else, Mike?
Nope. That was good.
Right. See you guys.
Later, guys.